I would like, on behalf of everybody here, to say to you how much we admire your being in the office as president, and every time we see you on television, how struck we are by the marvellous work you're doing both in Ireland and throughout the world. We have a very short little presentation to make to you. It's a bow and especially inscribed with the presidential crest. In fact, it was made here in Connemara by Donald Roundstone, by Roundstone Musical Instruments.
Is that right?
And we'd like to thank them.
Yeah, really very nice. I'm delighted to have it. Right. My first barrel.
Now, just to give you a tiny taste of what happens here in the church, we're going to have a little bit of music and a little bit of dancing.
Yeah, grand. Hello. How are you? It's lovely to be here, I must say. How are you? Hello. Nice to see you. How are you? Grand. Good to see you.
There you go.
Nice to Hello. Indeed, yes. Nice to see you here. Yes. How are you? Indeed, yes. Hello. Thanks very much indeed. Good to be here. Hello. Nice to see you. Hello. Thanks. Thank you. Very nice. Hello. How are you? You're well seen, small woman there. Yeah. Very good. And this here?
These are pieces which have just been finished.
Yes.
Second year.
Yes. Very good. It's a lovely material wood, isn't it?
But he was doing one of all different ways of opening it.
Yes. Yeah, joining cabinets, yeah.
Researching.
Yes. So you encourage innovation. Yes. Very good. Yeah. Yes, it is. It is clever, yes. Very clever. Very nice. Is that right? Yes, they're all.
All the ones on like made as
Yeah.
speaker's offices for the office.
Yes. Yes. And have any students that are taking part?
Yes, we began this as a class program.
Yes.
The early 80s, funding.
Yes.
And developed it for course in modern product design because we felt most of the courses are the modern industry. And that's been going well
Yeah.
So I'm very pleased with the partnership.
Identify
Very
very-
innovative.
And in terms of the college itself, of course, I mean, we're present now in the region.
Yes, which is very good. Yeah, this is an ideal relationship. Yes.
It is, of course, it's very often you find in places like West West, you have the north and the south, and the work out in the
It's our library and we have here a small It's both a public library and a library for students in the high school, but also computers.
He looked after me very well in I see, yes.
This is the house here. I don't know, Janet is going to check.
Oh, Janet, and is there monkeys out there? No, when do we have to?
It's a great honour for me as chairman of Connemara West to welcome our president here on a special occasion, our 21st celebration. And I would now ask Kieran O'Donoghue to address the president.
President, I have great pleasure on behalf of Connemara West and of all of the people of this community in welcoming you to Connemara and to Letterfrack. We acknowledge the honour you have given us by coming here today and by agreeing to join with us at the start of our 21st anniversary celebrations. Since you were inaugurated as our President just about 2 years ago to the day, we have noted with pride how you have interpreted and developed your role. In particular, we are aware of the special interest you have shown in local communities throughout this island, and especially in the efforts of communities to respond to the challenges of Ireland today. We thank you for that support, and we wish to assure you that it has made a difference. It has given encouragement and hope to whole communities and to groups within communities who sometimes find it difficult to have their voices heard or listened to in the wider society. Community development is about people, but in a special way. It is about the people of a place becoming more able, becoming more active, becoming more effective in managing their own affairs to the maximum extent that that is possible in our society. Community development is about many things. It is about good organisation, about learning skills to work together, and about communities being allowed to play an active role in contributing to society. Community development is about all of those things, but it is also about something else. It is about vision, creativity, and imagination. That is why we believe it is no accident that some of the most exciting work which is happening in Ireland today, in the arts, in literature, in training, education, and development work, is emerging from community initiatives. Because community development is people-centred, it has the potential to be a powerful force for change as communities and groups within communities seek a role for themselves in contributing to their own places and to the wider society in ways which are positive, constructive and meaningful. Today, President Robinson, this community is celebrating its efforts and achievements over the last 21 years.
Beautiful white jumpers for sale. Wow! Would you look at all this? Oh, honey, immigration has got to stop. I
Beautiful at Fabergé Gate. I have been mourning for 3 days, not what is gone, but the shape of what is left.
Your visit. I have pleasure in presenting you with library steps.
As well as being here this evening for the launch of our 21st celebration, President Robinson has kindly agreed to launch a history of Connemara West, people in development. I will now hand you over to President Robinson.
I'm delighted to have been invited to come here for this very special celebration of the 21st year of Connemara West. I have long admired what you have been doing here under the broad umbrella, if you like, of Connemara West. And I know that Connemara is very good at telling its stories, and how well at this celebration you have told your stories. I came here, as you probably know, starting this afternoon in Tullycross, and went to the Renville Cottages, which were the beginning of Connemara West. And then I went to Tully, to Chockkill, and that began, if you like, the storytelling through music and dance. Come dance with me in Ireland. I very much meant the whole idea of expressing ourselves as the people of Connemara do so well in song and in dance. And then when I came here, there was this wonderful pageant by the children who have understood so well the story of Connemara, and who have understood so well the spirit, the community spirit of Connemara West. And I think I'll bring away the memory of the way you portrayed it, and the way so much was there in what you told of the background, and also of the whole spirit that was behind Connemara West. We see more of that spirit in the modern Ireland now, but in 1971 it was very innovative, it was very new, and it was very inspired and visionary. And really, I'd like to pay a special tribute to those who were there in 1971, those in the room, those who were involved, those who supported and helped the idea of establishing Connemara West. But I was delighted that you chose as part of your celebration to invite poets to speak to us and invite a musician to play, because that also is part of the important texture of what Connemara West and Connemara and the people of Connemara are all about. I had in fact chosen to quote a verse from a poem of Mary O'Malley's. I've long admired Mary, we've met before, and I've heard her read her poetry. And it's a poem called The American Moor. And one of the verses is as follows: "Many a crew has gone with no work to hold them. I wonder what race they run on the streets of Boston or New York. What life there could be for those born to the sea, building tunnels under it." In the publication that I'm formally launching on behalf of Connemara West, People in Development, the story of that development over 21 years is told. But I think it is correct to say, and I would agree with it, that it is, if anything, understated. It's just the bald bones of what has been achieved. But it is a remarkable record, and it's quite a short read, and yet it covers so much, from the early beginnings to the acquiring of this amenity and resource to be a central focus of Connemara West, changing from the image of the old letterfrack industrial school with all its greyness and all the pain that was involved in it, to being a place of such vitality, and having, first of all, the focus on crafts, the beginning of the furniture course, the link with Galway RTC, the beautiful furniture that I saw, and innovative design that I saw when I came in. But I will always remember it because you have given me the most inspired gift. I'm in fact very much a book person, and the library is a very central place as far as I'm concerned, and I am delighted to have steps because the shelves keep getting higher, and it's nice to be able to have such a really beautiful example of the craftsmanship and the skills and the important potential that young people here in Letterfrack and Tullycross and Tully and surrounding areas are getting.
And we're dealing with the Archbishop of Joe. In normal circumstances, we bought it for £21,000. In normal circumstances, anybody could be buying it would put down 10% of the purchase price. 7 days to do it, and it meant we had £15,000. We were £6,000 short, and we had to go out and borrow the £6,000 from 3 people in the community to do that. But these are the kind of things, these are the kind of obstacles which you have to cross. When you do cross them, when you succeed, it makes you that bit tougher and that bit more resilient the next time you have to face it.
He was prevailed upon by the Community Council to return once more to the Assembly, and he did. And he started that before. My good people, do you know what I'm going to tell you? Yes, they replied. Well then, you don't need me to tell you. And he went home. The Community Council pleaded with him to return a third time, and this time everyone was ready. My good people, do you know what I'm going to tell you? Some of us do, said one half, and some of us don't, said the other. Well then, let those of you who know tell those of you who don't. And he went home.
5 to 8, that was recorded and repeated the next day. In terms of programming.
And what we have to do is actually arrest that process rather than actually get to rock bottom and then have to pick up the pieces ourselves. So I think the media thing is absolutely crucial. The notion of self-confidence, the notion of that we actually can be that we find a way of getting rural Ireland isn't just fighting back, that it's here, and it's always been here, and that it is Ireland, and that we are reclaiming it, and we're not going to be dictated to anymore by these ideologues and bureaucrats and self-interest politicians. I mean, it's very interesting that there are no politicians here today. Why do you think that is?
It started off with this notion of saving your pennies together. So I was, I knew I was in danger once this man got up, started to talk about the credit union back in the 60s and said, oh, Mother of God, it's one of them gathers. I know where this leads to. Community development and community associations. And then the next thing, there's community discussions. And then after that, there's a decision to do something for yourself. In the physical surroundings, not necessarily in the physical norm. Next thing you'll be at is changing the structure of national government. What is going to do, run the country or something?
It is a great pleasure for me this moment to cut this beautiful cake in front of me here, which has been produced by two local ladies, Josephine Aspel and Mrs. Kine from Mullagloss. And I think hello, put it, and everybody please have a slice of it.
But looking at it, my congratulations would go to all of you who were involved in the welcome and in the presentation today. There was dignity, there was pomp, there was formality, and there was informality. The tremendous presentation of a welcome to the President, and at the same time presenting the work of Connemara West with great pride in your own achievement. I wish to congratulate, and I'm sure that I'm doing this on behalf of all of the whole parish and community.
And these are the memories of the first night in Paddy Coyne's shop. That was where we first met. Brendan Regan came up, Joe Lally and myself came out, and a few people came to talk about the possibility of extending the Thatch Cottage scheme here into Connemara. And Brendan Regan had just come before that a few weeks prior.
You know, that we have got the type of staff that we have. I have no hesitation in saying that they are the best.
Friends, I'm delighted
that they do an awful lot of work and sometimes make a lot of hard decisions.
Today possible. I think everybody will agree that it has been a wonderful day and it's going to be a wonderful night. And finally, to thank the shareholders. Only for the shareholders there would be nothing. Thank you very much.